Action Sturge. Tonight we will be playing Dungeon World and picking up our wonderful campaign. The journey to Vulture's Arena continues. Before that, though, let's talk about dndwow.com. They're an amazing website where you can buy some amazing dice, color-changing mood dice, and if you use our code, theactionsturge, at checkout, you can get 10% discount on the 33mm metal color-changing dice, so check them out. And let's have you guys introduce yourselves and what character you'll be playing. We can start with the Deacon Smith.
I am the Deacon Smith. I will be playing Rook, the halfling thief.
All right, Plastered.
I am the Plastered Dragon, aka Brian, and I will be playing Tirion, the human cleric.
All right, Martcake.
Hi, I'm Martcake. I'll be playing Harold Hellstrom, the human outsider barbarian.
Nice. Forkpuff.
Hi, my name is Forkpuff, otherwise known as Maddie. I'm usually here on the Action Sturge. I will be playing Harrison, the human bard.
And Terry.
I'm Terry. I'm here on the Action Sturge, and I am playing Aziz, the halfling druid.
All right, cool. And I'm John, and I'm the GM, and we will start. Awesome. Also, really quick, I want to thank 20 sides to every story and Recap Live. They followed us a little bit ago. It was like 40 minutes ago, but I do want to thank them for that. And cool. So we had a question that we had to answer for today's session. What are each of you trying to find or take away from the Vulture's Arena? What'd you guys think?
I think Titan said it best.
Rough.
Aziz is just trying to figure out more about this danger that's following Harold.
Okay.
I mean, obviously he's set himself up to be an adversary to these warlords, so just trying to nail down what the danger is and how to deal with it.
Nice.
Yeah, Rook probably wants to get his hands on the prize.
Oh yeah.
Without competing for it.
Naturally.
without competing for it, yeah.
Tyrion has his suspicions as to what the danger is and wants to meet with he definitely wants to try and meet up with Stefan, and since he was able to smooth things over with one old companion, perhaps he can help alter the trajectory of another. And if not, try and converse with what was it, Dwemer?
Dwemer, yeah.
Dwemer. I keep wanting to call him Dwemer. So, like
I
Weasel.
like it better.
because it's more dismissive, but
Yeah.
Dwemer, to try and help him to see another outcome than staying aligned with the same warlords he's been aligned with to continue the control that they've been on. Backing a different horse, so to speak.
Okay.
Appeal to his sense of pragmatism.
And I suppose what I would hope to get from this tournament is a prize is nice, but the fame attached with it would be absolutely wonderful.
Harrison.
Yeah, I think Harold just wants to prove himself. to everyone at the arena and to the gods themselves that he is fit to rule. He deserves exactly what he thinks he deserves. That kind of thing. And of course, to fulfill the promises made to the villagers.
Awesome. Good stuff. Okay, cool. So, Harold, I asked you about is everybody like super buff and strong where your character comes from, and you said that mostly people are because they need to survive. I wanted to, but you said that the nobles are the ones who are kind of like getting fat because they don't have to like fight to survive. Is the Tyrant Queen one of those?
No, she is one of the exceptions, so to speak. She is terrifying both in physical strength, but also in general power of her army. She rules with an iron fist, absolutely. Why I said it like that was because the nobles in general can afford to be lazy or the like, but the common folk cannot. We have to fight every day to survive, whatever our job entails, and we can also be recruited to the raiding parties, both men and women.
Okay.
And it's also one of the opportunities to earn more money for your family. So even though it's dangerous.
Cool. And then, there was one other question I had because I don't know if I wrote his name down at some point, but I think I've lost it. What was the dude with the flaming sword's name? I mean the guy who, or Stefan's second. So Tirion. Well, what was Stefan's second's name? It's like Arguth or something like that, or.
Plastered, you're muted.
That's right. I was muted so that Titan didn't bother us, but he stopped barking. It was Argoth the
Okay.
something.
The Unhinged or something? I don't know.
Unhinged.
It was
Yeah.
it was something like that. It was definitely a crazy nickname.
What a memory.
No, a complete guess. I knew it was mad or crazy, and Unhinged sounded cooler, so I went with that.
Like Argoth the unstable, or so I was like something like that.
Yeah.
Unhinged sounds right though.
If it wasn't before, it is now.
I know. I think it was the Unhinged. I do remember that part.
That does sound familiar.
Yeah.
It was definitely worse than Argoth the mildly inappropriate. I know that.
He's very rude.
Annoying.
Cool. So, okay, cool. So, so you guys have been on this journey. You've left Hawthorne. Sorry, Loki's making me blush. Stop it. You guys have left Hawthorne. And it kind of ended on a weird, like a weird, kind of a weird note, like, because there was some druid stuff going on, and I've been thinking about that over the past week, and I think once we got into the cavern, I think I kind of wanted it to be almost like a drug, like a drug dream. I wanted it to be a little trippy and not quite clear, like very open to interpretation. But what was solid though was that the town of or these ruins where where the bandits were have been reinvigorated and refused with the nature spirit that dwells there. And I'm going to call that place Sanctuary. And then Aziz, I want you to know, or I want your character to know, that the vibes that you get from Sanctuary after it was like refused with the with those spirits there, are kind of similar to what the feeling you get when being a happy tree.
Okay.
Yeah. I think they're similar in some way.
Well, I've definitely noticed that it seems like the elves had a very strong connection to to nature
Mm-hmm.
at some point in time. Maybe they lost it down the line, hence the catastrophe. So hence my interest in elven culture and such.
Right. And that one guy was kind of left in charge, but there is a safe place, and then they're going to start making some of that elven bread, and hopefully that will help the suffering people in the town. But you guys will be leaving Hawthorne. But just as a quick update, or was there anything you guys necessarily needed to take care of before you leave? Like anybody you needed to touch base with or anything like that?
So I already talked to Martin and kind of gave him the down low on his son and daughter.
Yeah.
And that they're good, and that he's got an escape hatch when he needs it.
Yes.
I don't necessarily want to talk with Clive.
Okay.
But I do want to kind of keep like tabs on him, I guess.
Okay. Like just to kind of see what he's doing, or to
Yeah, like I don't know if he's like doing anything in particular, if he's still like trying to get under my skin, and if he hasn't, that's concerning, so I want to make sure he's not doing anything nefarious.
No, he seems to be just like he's pretty much attached at Dwemir's hip, and along with his bodyguards as well. He seems to be hanging out with them pretty much all the time. And I wonder if there's a point. I think maybe if you're just kind of like being sneaky about it, you can maybe even see a moment where you can maybe even like observe an interaction between him and Dwemir when nobody else is really watching, and I think it'll probably be something to the effect of like Dwemir telling Clive to remember his place and remember his purpose, and remember why he's playing the Blood Bowl and how he got there, not to forget. And Clive is going to be you're going to see him be put in his place, even though he doesn't really, you don't really ever see that side. He always seems to be pretty superior, but you're going to see him sort of like, you're going to see fear in his eyes.
Interesting. I also am like, but like in some bushes.
You almost give yourself away with your
yeah.
Oh.
All right, cool. So Vulture's Arena is a day away, and in that day, it's going to pretty much go by without incident. There's still like talks among the caravan about the bandits in the area, and fear that they are going to strike at any time, but obviously none do. Little do they know that that's already been pretty much taken care of. So
yeah, we've been good about handling all their problems when they weren't looking. Goblin raids, bandits.
I think we want to talk up, how Harold the Great and his mighty companions took care of the bandits, and there'll be no need to worry. Help build his legend, and that way when nothing does happen, in the back of their mind, it's just kind of there.
Yeah, and you know what? There might be some egg on the face of Krauser as well, since he was not the one who dealt with the bandits.
Oh, we like that.
Oh
love
yeah,
Oh, yeah, definitely gonna rub that in.
I've already set myself up as someone he doesn't like. So yeah, I'll be sure to
And I
give a
think
good healthy helping of salt there.
And I think there might even be a moment where like Milton is kind of like, look what this like band of adventurers can do, and you can't even like you with all your military might can't handle it and stuff. And I think Krauser is going to get visibly very visibly irritated. Like the vein is popping out of his forehead again, and a verbal promise isn't made, but I would say that if any of you were to look into his eyes, you can definitely see that there is an intense hatred and maybe a vow of vengeance.
Do I have a bond with Krauser now?
About the large wounds me and Tirion got. They took 3 days to cure. How was it again?
Yeah, it's gonna take 3 days?
Yes.
Yeah, according to the book, unless they're under constant supervision from a healer, and then it can take less.
Okay.
So if we can put Tyrion and Harold on the back of a wagon, and they can rest up on the rest of the way there.
Okay.
Quick quarantine.
Who will be
Quarantine.
Are you guys do you guys have a healer in mind, or
I don't mean to brag, but I know a pretty good one, and it's not me, surprisingly.
That is surprising. It's not
let
where I thought that was going.
let me find my dear friend, Paula. I'm gonna mosey my way over to her wagon.
Okay. Her big guy is going to give you one look and then shake his head.
No. It's not. I'm not trying to
Put
woo
a
her.
hand.
My friends
He's gonna put a hand up and like cover your face. Yeah.
Get your grimy hands off of me, and I'll back up 2 steps. And I'm gonna say, I need a healer, and I know she's a healer.
He's going to say, would you like to schedule an appointment?
Yes, right now, preferably.
And yeah, he'll peek into the cart, and say something. She'll pop out, sort of peek out through her little window shutter, and she'll say, "Oh, it is you."
Yes, I've also gotten a couple scars since you've last seen me.
Yes, they are very fascinating.
Manly too, but that's not why I'm here. Oh, like put my hand up, like the succubus. And Fala, I am in need of your aid. My 2 friends have quite the contagious and deadly ailment of spores.
No, they were poisoned.
Poison.
But that's close.
It's like fucking Aziz, like.
Like I was already in the tent, so like, I popped my head out below.
She says, I know some healing, but I will have to take a look at the wound.
Okay, gladly. I will escort you with Lurch here.
Yeah, and so we can cut to the scene where she's like looking at the wounds, and who was it? It was Harold and Tirion.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna lean into Harold real quick, and I'm gonna mutter. I'm gonna be, Don't get any funny ideas. This one's mine.
Harrison, I don't know how things work here, but you don't claim a free woman.
The thing is, she doesn't even know she's free.
I am also unsure
Then you
as to.
especially do not claim.
I'm not sure which funny ideas I should not have. Can you write down a list of the ideas I'm not allowed to have? It will make things simpler.
I would like to ask for that, but I can't read your language.
I'll
Oh,
explain
sorry,
them
I'll
to
draw
you.
pictures.
Oh God.
There's still so many
Pictures
pictures.
of what not to do.
So
Alrighty.
many, so many pictures.
I would like it in comic form,
That can be arranged.
comic strips. 3 panels max. I can't do 4.
That's too much brain power.
So, so we'll cut to that. She's looking over the wounds, and she shakes her head and she says, no good.
What do you mean no good? Like death in 5 hours no good, or just you can't do it anything no good?
She says, this is beyond my healing power. They need to see
Drat.
They need to see a priest, a healing priest.
Hey, Tirion, you know
All
any
right.
other priests?
I was about to say.
I might have met one along the way.
Fala, do you know any priests that are in the Kara?
And she shakes her head. She says, Tirion is the only man of God in our company. But at the Blood Bowl, at Vulture's arena, there will be someone. I am sure of this.
Well, lad, guess you need to rest up until the Blood Bowl.
You know, like medicine, anything?
And she kind of gestures kind of helplessly. She says, this is no common. She says, this is no common injury. This is magic.
Magic is dumb.
You will not insult a free woman. If I can't hit on her, you can't insult her.
I said magic is dumb. What do you mean?
She is a woman of magic. And I am too.
You're a woman of magic?
I am a man of magic. See my scars?
I have seen many women with more scars than you.
Hera doesn't count, okay? I don't know what she is.
She is one of the newer ones I have seen.
You want to see a new scar?
So
I have no interest in your scars.
I'm wondering where these scars came from, considering like everybody was jumping in front of everything the last.
Okay, so let me explain, Aziz. This one happened when I fell and scraped my elbow. This one is when I slept wrong, and then I tried to make it better.
I'm holding up my hand to try and stop Harrison. You're
You
not
got a
helping.
scar from sleeping wrong.
You're not helping here.
It was quite the violent excursion.
Fala kind of smiles at the rest of you and then kind of like looks over slyly at Harrison and says, my hero.
Oh, I'm so glad somebody sees me like that. And he'll blush, and then he'll look over at Lurch, the 9-foot tall man.
Hera will come over at some point and say,
Great.
and say, what happened to you?
I slept wrong.
Not you, Bard.
Oh, sorry.
And she points at at Tyrion's wound.
I was with Harold and the rest of our company fighting. What was the thing called again?
The Lindworm.
Lindworm.
Oh, fighting a lindworm. We were setting an imbalance with nature right.
She says,
Harrison helped.
And Harrison did
did.
help. No, Harrison was a great help to us.
yeah, she's not even gonna acknowledge Harold's presence.
Harold?
Yeah.
Oh, because he punched her.
Yeah, well,
I mean, she stabbed me like several times.
yeah, but
I don't know the circumstances around that, so
Yeah,
I can't
but-
say whether that was justified or not.
when she does it, it's cool. It's okay when she does it, right? So,
I
So-
guess.
so yeah, but she's gonna be focusing on Tirion. She says it looks like hell. You
The
look-
creature exudes some sort of poison and got into our wounds, and we managed to at least slow the spread of the contamination, and all we can do now for it, at least within our abilities, is rest. Is this something that you know of? And I'll unwrap the bandage and show her the toxicity, or the what is it, the
Necrosis.
necrosis. Thank you. Yes,
Getting
Harrison, I'm
spicy. He's taking off his bandages.
Yes, Harrison, I'm showing her my necrosis.
Ooh,
Do you need to sit down?
I need to get you to a room.
she doesn't gag, but she kind of like turns away like as because it's starting to stink at this point, and she kind of turns
Yeah.
away. She doesn't gag or anything, but yeah. But she's going to say, but she's just she's gonna shake her head. She says, unfortunately, no, I don't have any skills like that, but surely someone in the Vulture's arena.
That is our suspicion. In the meantime, I will just continue to hold the damage at bay, as will Harrison with our healing.
And she says,
Yeah, as this whole conversation is going on, I'm like sliding slowly towards Fala.
she's Hera is going to she's gonna say, I have some fresh bandages though in my pack.
Thank you.
Allow me. And she'll start redressing your wound.
I am a bard. I know all about innuendos, my
I,
friend.
I look to Fala and I'm like, hey, you wanna help me?
No, you wouldn't betray my trust like that.
Harrison,
Right in front of Harrison.
Harrison,
Wow.
her half giant friend is going to is just gonna make eye contact with you and just kind of like chuckle.
Don't worry, Fala. I can dress his wound just fine.
I mean, you have the same hand size, so yeah.
What's wrong with that?
No, I'm just stating fact. I'm not trying to insult you.
I have quite the large hands. Look. You know,
Okay, there's
even
a
though I
joke
slept on
here.
my arm wrong, I'm still willing to help you dress your wound.
So
Even though I jumped in front of the lindworm for you.
Yes.
Tirion is doing his best to ignore this conversation.
So yeah, and so it will be for the for the day to come. As you guys are traveling, Hera will help keep watch over Tirion, and I guess Harrison will keep watch over Harold.
Yeah, no, you
Making
will
sure
not.
there's
like
a-
keep an eye on.
You will not. Yeah, you will not take my woman from me. She's the
Keep
one
him-
that somewhat tolerated me.
Keep him under supervision, you mean?
Yes. You got it from me and Lurch.
Aziz,
Look, I don't want her for a long time.
No, not at all.
Aziz, Fala is interested. Did you tell her about the elven wheat that you found?
Yes, yes. And part of that conversation as we're traveling, I'm gonna tell her what I found out, show her the stalks and such like
Whoa!
that. The stalks, not my stalks. um,
I'm right here.
um,
Oh,
but
Harrison.
one thing I was gonna like let her know how much it helped out the town we just left, and as a thank you, because I know I heard from Harrison that she is interested, I am going to give her one of the hippogriff feathers
Oh, okay.
Shit.
as a thank you for um, helping me with the book, teaching me the language. You know,
How can I compete with a hippogriff feather?
Her eyes get wide, and she her eyes get wide, and she's going to she's actually going to start to tear up a little bit, and she'll give you a big hug.
I will return it in a friendly manner.
And you can see that she'll go and because I think at this point you're probably allowed inside her cart. So you're gonna see her like kind of crawl over and open this like little wooden box that she has. It's almost like a jewelry box, and she'll place it very carefully inside and shut the box. It's very ornate, very recognizable. The box is, and she seems overwhelmed with joy, although she doesn't really go into why it means so much to her.
And I will also share how to use it should she ever need it, in case she doesn't.
And she'll listen patiently, but you suspect she might already know.
Okay.
Yeah,
I figured.
But she'll definitely like just allow you to instruct her.
Quick question.
Yes.
So, can we go back real quick for Harrison? So, a moment the lindworm is slayed, and he remembers the love of his life, Fala, and he. What should I get? He tries to get a special lindworm scale or tooth.
You want some goo? Because that's all there.
There's gotta
Lindworm
be at
goo.
least one untouched scale somewhere.
I
Feather.
tried to find a trophy from that thing, but there was goo.
Yeah, it pretty much was goo. I tell you what though, there can be a scale left behind. But it's dangerous to handle. It's going to be dangerous to handle. Like it's got some properties to it. How will you go about defying that danger?
Let me. I'll look here on my equipment list and see what I have that could help me. Equipment.
One pair of plastic gloves. Shit.
I have nothing useful. I'm assuming I have a satchel or backpack to hold it in, right? I could just take everything out of that and reverse, put it in the bag.
Picking up dog poop.
Yeah, exactly, like picking up dog poop.
Yeah. Okay. So you're just going to be very, very careful with it.
Yes.
So defy danger with dexterity, because that sounds like some fine movement.
Bitch. Fuck. I don't want to touch it and get sick. Oh, god damn it, the things I do for love. Defy danger with dexterity. That's a 7. I mean, it's not a fail, so that's a good thing.
For a second, I forgot what system we were in, and I was like, "Oh no, a 7." I was like, "Oh wait, no, a 7's okay." I was like, "Uh-oh."
So 7. You will. So you've got it. You got a pretty good hold on it. and as you're kind of maybe picking it up, maybe like Harold is doing something loud behind you or something. It might like spook you a little bit, um, uh, and you sort of like jump up and oh, actually, no. You know what? Let's do a hard bargain or an ugly choice. I will let you put it in your pack, because what you have your adventurers pack, right?
Mm-hmm.
But basically, it'll ruin everything else in the pack.
Oh, no, I couldn't take anything else out.
Or it'll basically, or yeah, it'll basically just make the pack unusable.
Oh my god.
Other than
Hold on.
specifically carrying the thing.
I'll have my unseen servant.
Oh.
I forgot I had that as a wizard. So before I'm like going to put it in, I'm like, oh shit, hold on a second. You conjure a simple invisible construct that can do nothing but carry items. It has load 3 and carries anything you hand it.
Okay.
Oh shit, I still have to hand it to him. So I'll pick it up like dog poop and then I'll give it to him.
Okay. Yes.
It cannot pick up items on its own. It can only carry those you give to it. Items carried by an unseen servant appear to float, blah blah blah. All right.
Yeah.
I will summon him.
And just the way that it reacts with the bag, like you can tell that everything inside that bag is like it's gone.
Great.
But it holds the scale. So you're gonna summon your unseen servant.
Yeah, Timothy is his name. He's really
Okay.
bougie. So that was the past. Let's jump back to the future. I see the hippogriff feather. I know your game. So to that I say, Timothy. And Timothy will scuttle on over with the floating scale.
And let's have you cast that spell.
Oh, do I have to cast a spell?
Yes. And we'll see how that goes.
How? It doesn't have a roll.
Does it not? Let's see.
No, it has a little book, and I think if I hit that, it just comes up.
Yeah, that most of my spells are like that. There should be a cast a spell move.
Oh, just do that instead?
Oh, yeah.
Right. You do the move, and then if you succeed on the move, the spell you wanted to cast just happens.
All right, so 7 through 9. I'm gonna say that the spell is forgotten after it is cast.
Okay.
Well, no, I guess that wouldn't work because then he would disappear, right?
No, you just can't cast it again
yeah,
until
you
you
can't-
prepare it again.
Right.
Okay, yeah. So I'll just the spell will be forgotten then.
All right, cool. So yes, so you will present it to Fala.
Via Timothy.
Yes. So this bag of like it's like dripping black ichor and some of it's like soaking through, and the bag just kind of looks as though it's like been infected, and she'll kind of look at it questioningly, and like she'll look at Aziz and she'll look back at Harrison, and then she'll look back up at her half giant, and she says, "Yes."
It is the rarest of any beast scale in all of whatever this world is called. It's nothing other than a lindworm scale.
Probably.
Most likely.
And she says, she kind of like leans in, she kind of gets a whiff of it, and she says, "This is for me?"
Yes, I knew you were interested in ancient beasts and scary things, so I acquired this very dangerous scale.
Thank you. You may,
You can use it for spells or something.
you may leave it there, and I will find a place for it.
Okay, Timothy, put it down. And Timothy drops it.
Like the grass where it lands immediately dies.
See, isn't that neat?
She says, yes. Thank you, Harrison. I
Mm-mm.
have something for you as well.
I am awaiting my hug.
And instead, she's going to hand you a bill for the treatment of or for the consultation.
The what?
Oh
console-
no.
Tyrion, yeah, to look at Tyrion and Harold's wounds.
Yeah. Now, Mr. DM, I have a question.
Yes.
Before, when we got the griffin away and killed the big boar,
Uh-huh.
we got some money. Now, I don't remember exactly how much.
AC gold.
It was money for the what?
It was money for clearing out the road that had the griffin and the griffin.
Oh yeah. I think it
I
was.
think it's 50 gold.
I think it was 50 gold.
50.
It was 60.
And we split it evenly, right? Was it 60 gold?
Yeah,
It
was
might have been
60
60.
gold.
Yeah. Okay, 60.
Yeah, okay. So,
That's fine.
and I think
Did we,
they haven't
did we
said
split
but
it, or did we just like pool it? Because I don't remember specifically getting any gold, but
I think Harold hasn't said anything, but I kind of assumed that we would all split it, 12 each. So I would say that everyone has 12 gold on them, or at
Okay.
least to use.
Okay.
So, this bill. What's the total?
She says 2 gold.
Oh, thank fuck.
It would
Yeah, I'll plop over 2 gold to her.
it would have been
Wait.
more, but your insistence on taking care of your friend Harold, no further services were required. You are good friends with him indeed. He is lucky to have such a caring hand watching out for him.
Yeah, there's been many times I've had to save him, but I didn't include that in the songs.
Burning! Oh fuck! I'm burning!
Oh, Harold, I'm coming.
And then she'll turn back to Aziz as Harrison goes away, and she says, "Love takes many forms."
Yes. Yes, it does. Oh.
And so, is there anything else we need
just
to address? Oh, go ahead.
Yes, I am annoying the fuck out of Hera. I'm staying close to Tirion. I'm like bro talking constantly. I'm bringing Harrison closer into the conversation. I'm doing everything in my might to mildly infuriate her.
Okay. And it seems to be working. She's not saying anything, but she's definitely frustrated. At one point, she'll even try to get Tirion moved away from you to another cart, to a more comfortable cart.
Ooh, let them go. Let them go. We can eavesdrop. Stop.
No, of course not.
No. Tyrion's about to find his mate.
Yeah, I realize he's going to fuck. I know what that means. Yeah.
What? See, last time you were all like, I don't know what that means. And now all of a sudden
I
you
was
do?
fucking with you. Not okay. I don't know how this works.
Ew. Ew. Harold, just let them go. I want to eavesdrop. I'm nosy.
This is the problem with you. This is the exact problem with you.
I think it is quite a
Just
blessing.
find someone for yourself. Don't look at them doing it.
Well, it's not really working out. Mr. Hippogriff Feather over here is really outshining me. She didn't like my Lindworm scale. And I'm not talking about my dick.
You're on fire tonight.
Yep. Anyway, there are more women in this caravan. Find someone.
I have, and her name is Fala.
She
but
doesn't
I
seem
know
to be interested.
as Harold says that, you hear yoo-hoo.
Yeah, Harold, go
I
get busy.
hide.
Nana, over here.
And
It's fine. Tirion can leave.
Good boy. Good boy.
Yeah, but Harrow will keep a very close eye on Tirion. She'll also, on and off again, return to her conversation with you before about your faith and about the gods, and she just kind of like finds her way back to it every now and then, and she seems really curious about it. Duncan is also in and out. He's hanging around, but of course he is a fervent believer in Janrik.
Yes.
Damn it, Duncan. Get your ass over here.
I think at one point, I think the sexiest it'll probably get is at one point there's definitely like a moment where she's kind of like looking deeply into Tyrion's eyes, like they've stopped talking. She's like halfway done dressing his wound, and there's like an opportunity for a kiss, but of course at that moment Duncan kind of comes in and is just like like starts talking about the dwarves and like how they cheated all the games they play and stuff like that.
That sounds about right.
And is there anything else we need to wrap up on the way there?
I don't believe so.
Okay. All right. So with that,
Look,
fine.
I'm a dog.
I'm the DM.
Yeah. So
You're the DM. Tell us what happens next, Deke.
yeah, go for it.
So,
By the way,
And everybody wanted the blood pool.
Loki has brought the mustache of John, the rarest of artifacts, and I don't know if that's making fun of the fact that I don't really have one, or
You have one. What are you on about?
There's a definite distinctive mustache there.
it's a peppering of something. Oh yeah. So finally, after many days of travel, after many excursions, we will come.
What?
Burnside meal for two. That's
you.
fantastic.
Thank you, Loki. Confidence restored.
Oh my god.
Oh man. 1 second. I gotta turn off this heater. It's getting hot in here.
He keeps forgetting he can leave his headphones on.
He does. It's funny.
I'm like, that's the whole purpose of the gift.
What was that?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Just talking about how much I love you.
Just talking shit. So yeah. So
It
after
was all romantic, totally.
So after many days of travel and after many excursions, you will find yourself approaching, and it's kind of like just in the middle of nowhere. It's just like it's like a boom town kind of. It's just very hastily constructed. There's this giant arena. That's probably the first thing you see. Off to the side of the town, there is a and like I said, this like sort of boom town of hastily built shops and mostly like vendor stalls. And then at the edge of this like shanty town, there's a stone construction. It's a fort / castle. It's not huge, but it looks like it's very much very defensible. Even though it's not pretty, it's definitely a pretty solid structure. And as you guys approach, you can see that you'll probably hit the encampments before you actually hit the town. It seems like for a mile or two, radius around the town. There are tons of camps and wagons sort of pulled to the side out in the fields, and you'll start you'll see those as you take the path in. You have arrived at Vulture's arena. As you pull in closer to the town, where the carts stop, people are kind of like not necessarily saying their goodbyes to one another, but everybody who made friends is kind of checking in with one another, just to say a short goodbye, I guess, as they go to find their place among the vendor stalls and all that stuff. So Nana will come up, and she'll give Harrison a big hug, and she'll give Harold an even bigger hug. And she'll say, if you need any more repairs, be sure to stop by my stall. I've got a discount for you. And she'll wink at Harold. And then the dwarves will come over and check in with the Z's, and they're very much the same way. You know, if you need anything, come see us.
Will do.
And maybe a couple other people that you guys would have gotten to know, like they're gonna come up and wish you guys luck at the arena and stuff like that. And at this point, Riker is going to come up, and he says, well, it's been a ride, and I do appreciate your services. As agreed, 5 gold, 5 coin a day, and yeah. He says, as agreed, 5 coin a day, and he'll hand you a bag of gold, Harold, or a bag of coin, and see, so it's like what, 6 days? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, so 30 gold, or 30 coin. And he says, if you happen to make it out of the arena alive, I'd want to hire you again if you're heading back towards Happy Tree.
That might be arranged, and I will definitely survive.
And he'll give you a wry smile, and he'll shake your hand, and at this point, Hera will ask you guys, or ask Tirion, so what are your plans?
The arena. Try and liberate those we represent. Fortune and favor for Harold, that we might free his people.
And,
reclaim Harrison's songs.
and she says, but first, that wound.
Yes, we need to find a healer.
And she says, I'll go looking. I'll see who's in town.
I appreciate it.
And
you? What are your plans?
She says, Riker, Riker pays me to keep watch over his cart during the festival and to help him with any troubles he might have in his stall. So I'm sure we'll see each other around.
I'll check in with you there as often as I can.
And Duncan has come up beside her, and he says, I'll go help find a healer too.
And I'll just say, if the lady requires it.
Hera, who is secretly kind of thankful for Duncan kind of like saving her from like making any awkward awkward moves, like because he gets to be the most awkward person in the room. She says, sure, I guess the lad can come along. I could use the company.
Good question.
Yes.
My race has a feature. It says when you first enter a civilized settlement, someone who respects the custom of hospitality to minstrels will take you in as their guest. Is there somebody I could probably like find or see that they're willing to be hospitable that could help us with this finding of a healer as well? Or that should that just be something Hera and Duncan do?
As far as someone hospitable to you, let me look at the exact wording.
Womp womp womp.
Respects the custom of hospitality to minstrels will take you in as their guest. Yeah, so you can get someone to take you in as their guest. I think Hera and Duncan can find the healer there.
Okay, so if I have somebody to take us in as our guest, they would be willing to like let us stay somewhere or give us information about what's going on around this area too.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. And I will be so kind as to give them my name. I'm Harrison Bradshaw. I am a bard, otherwise known as a minstrel, practicing in spells and magics. And this is my crew. This is the one and only Harold the Great, Aziz the Ostrich, Rook the Knobby Halfling, and Tirion the Marvelous.
Well, I think you'll have to maybe go around town a little bit and kind of like see what the situation is and like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
well, that's my introduction, so.
Yeah.
So we'll just remember that.
Okay. So yeah. But you can spend some time to like going around the arena and kind of like getting an idea of what's going on.
Oh, did you want me to like roleplay that or?
Yes, I have something for you.
Oh, thank you, Dante, for the sub, by the way.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Woo! Sub.
Oh, and Nick.
Oh, thank you, Nick.
Thank you, guys.
Gotta love that gif.
Nothing disturbing about that at all.
Yeah.
So you'll go off that way. Hera and Duncan will go off their way. Aziz, Harold, and Rook, what are you guys' plans?
I'm browsing.
Same here.
I'm checking out all
This
the
is very
booths,
new to me.
Oh yeah.
all the vendors. I'm looking for anything.
Okay. So Aziz and Rook can kind of be like window shopping, kind of like browsing around.
Yep.
Okay. Are you guys? Do you want to be with Harold or do you want to be separate?
I think Harold's actually following them. So
Okay,
doesn't
cool.
really know what to do.
And did you all want to be together or
yeah.
did you want to go separate?
Yeah, I'll stick with Harold.
Okay. And
Yeah, me too.
And Harrison, are you striking out by yourself or are you sticking with them too?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, this is his element. He knows how to like walk through the streets.
Okay, cool. So
Wait, we let Harrison go off on his own?
Well, so he thinks he's going on his own. If you guys are following along, he won't really pay notice.
If Tirion is just basically waiting for Duncan and Hera to come back, he might shadow Harrison.
Okay.
Give Harrison a chance to prove himself, but be there just in case he doesn't.
I was just going to listen for the girl to scream.
Reasonable.
All right. So so let's see. So so there's lots of vendors. There's people selling just about anything you could imagine. From
$10,000 dragon statues.
yeah. From like weapons and armor. There's people offering like bookies trying to take bets and stuff on the arena, and there's people selling like trinkets and jewelry and all kinds of stuff. There's the dwarves who have wasted no time setting up. The same dwarves from the caravan. If you walk by, you can see that they have an array of things, stuff that they've made. They've started to set up like a little forge, and but it looks like they've already have some stuff made, and they're sort of like laying it out and stuff. Among that, you can see some weapons. You can also see some very fine jewelry. Like bracelets and circlets and bangles and whatnot laid out on the table.
They have a shield.
Yeah, they totally make shields.
Okay. Yeah, I'll be checking those out.
Okay. And he says, oh shoot, what was his name? What was the dwarf's name?
Oh, which dwarf?
All right. Oh no. Let's see. Is it? Yes, Doondrop. Yeah. So Doondrop, he'll be like, wasn't expecting to see you again so soon.
Well, just browsing the area and came across you. And I will compliment him on the work of his shields. And
fantastic work, yeah.
and try to find one that suits me.
And he says he kind of takes stock of your build, and he says I got the perfect thing for you. And it's gonna be a smaller shield, but it's definitely like a little bit more manageable. I mean, it's not so small that it doesn't offer you coverage, but you can. It's definitely like a little more flexible. Like you can wield it a little bit better. He says, now don't let anyone, especially a dwarf, make fun of you for this. It's a trainer shield, but it's sturdy. It'll protect you.
That's what I need.
And he'll say, it's all yours.
No. Why, thank you.
He says,
That's very kind of you.
He says, you saved my life. You're one of us now.
Agreed. I'll do the
I'll go up
equivalent
to
of
the-
a fist bump.
The dwarven chest bump.
There we go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah.
I'll approach the bookie.
Okay.
Hey, what are the odds on Harold the Great?
And he's gonna like look at you, and then he's gonna like he's got like a trying to think, maybe he's got like a scroll, like a piece of parchment that he's kind of like rummaging through, and he says, Harold the Great. I don't see him on the list.
And you're quite sure because he's definitely. Yeah, check again if you don't mind.
He checks again. He says, is your friend registered to fight in the arena?
Try another adjective.
I'll look up behind my. Are you registered?
Registered what?
Oh no.
Do what now?
Well,
Kidding, kidding.
this step up, step up.
I've got Typhon the Great. I've got Jerry the Great. I've got Marvelo the Great. I've got Great the Great. But I have
Well, this won't do.
but I have no Harold the
You-
Great.
Yes. Oh, you must put him down.
And he says, I'm just a bookie. You can't register with me.
Okay, well, I will be back.
How
Oh,
do
we
I
gotta get
register
you
for
registered.
the fight? Oh, okay.
Now, so while you guys are doing that, but when you say Harold the Great, somebody is gonna sort of like make their way through the crowd, and Rook, this is actually someone you recognize, possibly,
Oh yeah.
maybe. Well, if not, they certainly recognize you, and yeah, you go and you'll hear someone say, "Ha, that's just what I thought. I'd never forget that scoundrel's voice."
Uh-oh.
And you can turn to see this tall man with like thinning hair, like thinning blonde hair, and he's dressed very nicely, so nicely that he kind of stands apart from the other people in the street. And he says, "I'd recognize that scoundrel anywhere."
Excuse me, sir. Are you talking to me?
And he says, he's going to say, "Yes, just as I thought. How dare you show your face here? Don't tell me you've forgotten who I am."
I'm sure I don't know you.
And he says, "Well, I'm not surprised. You didn't bother asking my name when you stole that cart."
Uh-oh.
Did you do?
And as he turns his head, you can see that he's missing one ear, and he says, he's gonna say, "Guards, arrest this man! Seize him immediately!" And there's gonna be some,
roll.
huh?
Did I roll outstanding warrants?
Do you what is that?
Outstanding warrants.
What is it?
When you
It's a
return
move,
to
isn't it?
Yeah, it's a move. When you return to a civilized place in which you have traveled before, roll plus charisma on a hit, word spread of your deeds. Everyone recognizes you on 7 through 9. The DM teaches complication.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I don't know. I thought that might be a good place for it, but maybe not.
It took me a minute to figure out what you were talking about.
But it's a pretty crowded place, right?
It is a very crowded place, yes.
Yeah, I slipped the hell out of there. I'm pretty low to the ground, so.
Okay, yeah, and you can hear some you can hear some movement in the crowd. You can hear the clink 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 of armor as guards are kind of rushing to the position where he's yelling, and he's gonna be pointing after you, and he's gonna be like there, get him, catch him.
I would like to aid Rook by talking to this guy, just like talking over him, like basically assaulting him with words.
Getting in the way. Oh, excuse me. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Oh, I'm yeah.
Yep.
All right, so Rook, you're running away. Defy danger with dexterity. Harold, aid him.
on the bond here, do I just enter one or?
I think you have 2 bonds with him, don't you? Because he has one with you and you have one with him.
Oh, right.
Huh. Let me roll.
Oh, well, mark XP.
Try this again.
So go ahead and roll Rook.
I've been trying.
Oh, okay.
It's not letting me do it.
Oh, wonder why. Well, I actually don't see you. Go ahead and refresh. I actually don't see you in the
Oh, the game is paused too.
That shouldn't affect it. But I don't see you on the list. Go ahead and refresh maybe.
Okay. All right.
But would you like me to roll it for you?
I suppose so. It's not letting me roll.
Alright, defy danger, dexterity.
Hell yeah.
And that'll be a 12. Yes. So so Harold, so you try your best to help him, but he has already slipped away, maybe like slipping under some stalls and stuff. So what's gonna happen is now that you've sort of imposed yourself on this guy, he says, when the guards get there, all they see is you, and so they immediately just go to arrest you. And like the spears come out, and they like one of them will kind of like approach you carefully, kind of like looking at you, and they say, "Is this the guy? Is this the guy, House Carl?" And he says, "No, it was a smaller one. This man I know not of. Who are you?"
I am Harold the Great.
The Harold the Great?
The one who's you heard the songs about, yes.
Is it true that you grabbed a giant by the balls?
That was just last week. How the fuck did that spread so quick?
He says word gets around fast. Interesting. Are you here partaking in the arena?
I'd like to, but I have to get registered. I don't really know what to do.
Of course. Of course. Come with me.
I look towards Aziz, like, I guess I'm going with this guy.
I'll follow.
And okay, and so so you guys will walk away. He'll walk away. Harrison, you are moseying your way through the crowd. How do you do that? Like, how do you interact
I
with
got a
girls?
swagger walk.
Okay.
Like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure kind of walk.
Okay.
And I suppose I feel like I maybe have a cinch for people that are maybe friendly, or I'm able to like sneak my way into like a conversation.
Sneak your way into a conversation?
Yeah, just kind of, how like you can just like join a conversation, just kind of, not interject, but just to make yourself into the conversation.
Oh yeah, okay. So so you can see some people, and they're talking about the arena, and like who has the best chance and to win. And one of them is kind of like rolling his eyes, and he says, "We know who's gonna win." He says Argoth always wins.
Did he say Argoth always wins?
Yeah, Argoth always wins. It's rigged, everyone knows that. There's no use betting on the championship fight. And the lady who is serving drink from the stall, the booth, she's going to she's going to chime in. She's going to be like, "Yeah, but he cheats. Everyone knows that."
I will then find my way in and I will say, but I don't think you've heard of Harold the Great. And I will lean up against the kind of like the little like table countertop thing.
Well, who are you then?
Why, I'm the one and only minstrel of Harold the Great, and I will sing the song of
And then the one guy nudges the other guy. He says, "That's Clive Giswaldo."
I'd fucking kill myself. Incorrect. My name is Harrison Bradshaw, and I am here to perform Harold Our Savior, which Harold was able to resurrect the dead. Only just that once, and he shat on his head.
And he said, the one guy says, "Hey, I heard that one. Yeah." And and they'll enjoy the music for a little bit. And when you finish, she'll say, "Well, I've never heard of you, but you got a lovely voice." And she says, "Here, have a drop on the house." And she'll give you like a half-filled cup of ale, and to soothe your throat. And someone is clapping behind you.
If it's Clive, I'm throwing this pint at him. I turn around.
It's not Clive. It is a man named Fenric, and you recognize him because he was a student of Melvin, a long while ago.
What?
And,
oh my god! So
and-
I immediately get up.
Well, and he's going to, as he claps, he's going to, and you turn around, he's going to say, well, if you haven't heard of Harrison Bradshaw, then, well, then your life just got a little better. And he's going to, as he approaches, and then you can turn around and see him, and he says, "Harrison, I'd recognize that voice from anywhere."
How are you doing, Fenric?
I'm good. He says, "It's been a while." And he'll order 2 drinks from the lady and hand you a full cup.
Thank you. And what are you doing here at the Blood Bowl? Are you joining the arena fight?
Oh God, no! I'm a little too delicate for that. You know, I've always been a man of research.
Yes. Have you heard anything from Melvin since he's mysteriously disappeared?
Not in a while, to be honest. I thought perhaps if anyone had heard anything, it would have been you.
I've not heard anything, and I've not seen anything. The last I heard is, he left, I have a spell book, right?
Uh-huh.
So yeah, I'll show Fenric. He had left his spell book in Turnip Town, and I have since then acquired it, and I've begun some mild spell casting somewhat successfully.
Well, I'll be. Harrison finally joined the ranks. But
I am by no means perfect at it, and my name might be well known through the musical industry, but sure as hell not through the magic industry.
are you certain it's his?
I mean, I'd like flip to the front. Like, is there like a name or like a? I know it's his somehow, right?
Yes. There's his handwriting is found throughout the book. Not all throughout the book, but there's definitely like bits, like notes scrawled in the corner of his where it is his handwriting, and he's going to as he flips through it, he's going to say, says, "Well, it's definitely his handwriting, but some of it's not. Look at this here. It almost looks childish." He's going to flip to the back of the book where there is an inscription. He's going to say, "Ah, interesting."
What is it? And I'm going to lean over and look.
And It's a little inscription. It's a little faded, and it just says to my light, to my life. May you grow into the man that I know you can be.
Is it Melvin's handwriting?
It is Melvin's handwriting in the back of the book, yeah.
I mean, as narcissistic as I am, I'm going to assume it's for me. So I'll immediately, like, tears will well up in my eyes.
And he says, interesting. I didn't know he'd held on to it all these years.
What do you mean?
I think this was his son's.
And then immediately my tears just...
Nah.
Oh, his son. I didn't even know he had a son.
Oh, yes. Well, the boy died young, unfortunately. And there was little he could do. Magic can only do so much.
That's quite tragic. I wonder if that's why he disappeared. Maybe he was trying to search for something to bring his son back.
Oh, doubtful. He didn't really look kindly on that use of magic. And besides, his son died quite a time ago, before he even met you, Harrison.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure then, but I'll take good care of this. I mean, I already have been. I won't let anything happen to it. It's the last thing I have left of him.
Yes, it is troubling that he disappeared. But what are you doing here, Harrison? Have you come to? I know you're not. No, you're not playing the Blood Bowl. That ignoramus Clive Gesualdo has taken that mantle this year. Somehow.
Yes, don't even get me started. Like you, I'm much more delicate and probably more frail. So I'm here representing Turnip Town and another place that I can't remember right now.
Hawthorne.
And yeah, Hawthorne. And I'm here with Harold the Great himself.
Harold the Great. Yeah, I suppose that makes sense.
He's a big, lovable lug.
And at that moment, you're going to see Harold the Great getting escorted by guards down the street. Aziz is following.
Oh boy!
Following behind. Yes.
Oh boy. Fenric, if you would excuse me, I think I need to assist Harold the Great as we speak.
And he says, "Ooh, that's not good."
Can I try to have eavesdropped on that little procession as they went by to see if he's in any trouble, and if I need to kind of start following that procession instead, or?
No, you can just. You said you were kind of lurking behind, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, you can see that as it's happening, for sure. And you could have been eavesdropping, yeah.
Well, I was kind of like watching over Harrison, but I mean Harold, because he's just coming into view now.
Yeah.
Is it clear that he's in some kind of trouble, or?
He's surrounded by guards and he's being led down the street. It doesn't look like he's not in handcuffs or anything or shackles, but Aziz is following the procession as well. So I don't know if you guys want to talk or anything.
Yeah, so I'll probably kind of fall in next to Aziz and what now?
Well, apparently you must be registered to fight in the Blood Bowl, and this gentleman has offered to help Harold with that.
Oh, that doesn't sound bad.
I have no idea what's going on.
Well, the man has introduced himself as Housecarl Tolliver, and he says he proudly pronounces his station above the rest of the rabble here as the Housecarl to Stefan the Crimson Blade. He is the one who keeps his affairs in order.
You spell out his name? Type it out?
Tolliver. Let's see. I said it as him. That's funny.
I'll definitely perk up at that.
And which is someone you don't recognize, Tirion. This is a new person.
This is definitely part of the new breed that Milton's been talking about.
Yes.
So he's almost certainly someone I'm not going to like.
And so as the procession goes along, let's check in with Rook and see where Rook has ended up. Now weaving through the crowd and maybe under stalls and through through tents maybe, you're gonna pop out maybe sort of on one side of the town. You can see that there is somewhat set away from the town itself. There is this there's like a bunch of carts, but these aren't like normal carts because they're like rolling cages, and you can actually see the cages are filled with animals, like a menagerie of some sort. There is there's
Zoo?
like a zoo, yeah. There's a guardsman who doesn't look like one of the ones that was chasing you, and he seems to be having a heated argument with another halfling.
Oh, I will go to the back of one of the carts and unlock it.
Okay. Which cart will you go to? Do you care which one or?
The furthest one away from the people talking.
Okay. And there's a large powerful looking brown bear inside the cart.
Wait, no. Okay. I mean, I'm sure I would not unlock that one. Is there a smaller animal?
There is a cage of bunnies.
Yes, that's the one.
Okay. And do you have a specific purpose in unlocking it, or what's your plans?
No, I mean, just to free the bunnies.
Okay. So it's locked. Go ahead and roll your tricks of the trade move.
Oh, it's locked? Okay. Hello.
Okay. Yep. You're able to pop it open, no problem. The bunnies just kind of like look up at you like all dumb and stuff. Like
Mm. And I'll just continue across town.
Okay. Where are you going?
Well, does it seem like the heat is
Yes. Yeah. You've escaped the danger. Yeah.
okay? Well, I guess I'm looking for the place to register.
Okay. So you can sort of mill about town for a little bit, and when you finally find the box office, essentially, you're still hidden within the crowd, but you're going to see the same guy that you were running away from is now there with Harold, and is talking to the guy in the box office. You could probably see too that Tirion and Aziz are kind of like in tow as well. Harrison, did you ever join the procession, or did you stay with Fenric?
I mean, he doesn't look like he's in trouble, does he?
Not quite, no.
Okay, as long as I see Aziz there, I'll stay with Fenric.
Okay. And Fenric is just like friend of yours.
Yes, that's Harold the Great over there, and Aziz the Ostrich, and one is missing, and I believe that is my friend Tirion the Marvelous.
Ooh, I got an adjective this week. Look out.
Or Tirion the Pious.
And and he'll say, oh, Well, these your ballads pretty much write themselves, don't they?
With a crew like this.
And he says, well, knowing that you're traveling in such esteemed company, I don't suppose you'd be taking any jobs, would you?
Oh, are you asking if we are taking jobs? Because we totally are.
Well, there's been a bit of a hubbub around town. One of the animals has escaped from the zoo outside of town, and 2 people have died over the last couple nights.
What was the animal?
I believe
Somebody?
it was a tiger.
Oh, yeah. And then I can write a song about Harold the Tiger Wrestler. That'll be perfect.
Harold just punched that in the mouth. That's no big.
It's easier than the wild boar.
He
Right.
says, now, the guard is trying to keep it hush-hush, but everyone in town already knows.
Well, I mean, Harold took on a whole lindworm pretty much. Well, not by himself, but mostly by himself. I think we can kill a tiger.
And he says, and he'll lean in a little closer to you, Harrison, and he says, on the off chance that it's not the tiger and something else, I'll need you to report to me directly.
And then I'll lean in as well and I'll say, what do you mean something else?
And he'll kind of lean back and look around, make sure nobody's listening, and he says, the less you know, the better, my dear Harrison.
Oh, right, I won't question it. How much am I getting paid?
And he says, I'm sure I can arrange a price with Stefan.
Oh no, he works for Stefan too. Damn it.
Stefan the Crimson Blade Stefan, or Stefan the Souffle? Like, what kind of Stefan are we talking about here?
He'll kind of peel his cloak back, and you can see that he's wearing an insignia of the Crimson Blade. And he says,
the Crimson Blade.
And he says,
Oh,
well, of course. Don't judge me too harshly, Harrison. Gainful employment is difficult to find here, and, well, Stefan sponsors my research.
These are trying times, but I really hope it has not ruined your just spirit.
Of course not. And he says, as for the payment, I'm sure something can be arranged.
Okay, I will need to discuss with my members.
And he'll pay for another drink, just one this time, and he'll leave it for you. And he says, well, Harrison, it's a delight to see you. You know, it should be you playing the Blood Bowl. That jerk. He doesn't deserve it.
Trust me, I know that more than anybody.
And till we meet again. And he'll
and then I will, raise my drink to him.
Oh, and then he'll offer too. He'll say, by the way, if you need a place to stay, let me know.
Yes, I will find you.
And and then he'll disappear into the crowd. Now, up at the box office, so Tolliver has brought you to the box office. He says, this man would like to register. He goes by the name of Harold the Great, and he makes a point to say your name very loudly. And people kind of like stop, and like now the people are kind of gawking. Rook, from where you're standing, it gets a little difficult to see because people are kind of crowding around. Aziz and Tirion, you're kind of like right up there, and the crowd's kind of closing in around you guys as well, and they're kind of pushing in. The guards have like a semicircle around Harold, so nobody's like pushing past the guards, but and the guy at the box office, he says, "Oh, okay, Harold the Great," and he says, "Is he entering by himself or with others?" And Tolliver will look to you, Harold.
I look to Aziz.
And
I look to Tyrion.
I
Do you need one of us to come along?
now I look back to Aziz and I say, I do not know the rules of this arena. Are teams allowed? How does this work?
Tolliver says, yes, normally if someone signs up alone and they go against a team, then they are given a similar advantage.
Can you describe this similar advantage?
No. It depends on this. It's very situational.
Well, Harold, if you need a teammate to back you up, I'm there for you, but I am not going to be a main competitor.
This is your story. It is up to you. Do you wish us to stand by you in the arena, or do you wish to face this on your own?
I are the fights to the death in this tournament or not?
And Tolliver says, says, yes, of course. If you're not willing to bet everything, then you're sure to win nothing. The only one who can determine your fate if you die, or if you are beaten, the only person who can save you is Stefan the Crimson Blade himself. Otherwise, it's to the death.
I don't know how to think. Do people usually just enter alone?
What'd you say?
Do people just usually enter alone, or is it common with teams?
Some people do, some people don't.
I hate these decisions. Outside as a player, I also hate this decision. Like, all of you to, like, be in the stands and shit. Like, I don't know.
What feels right narratively?
I feel like he would do it alone.
Harold
It's just more
standing
fluid.
alone, or Harold with his two bros by his side?
I like that too. That that's good.
Because
Having the-
every fight we've gone into has been to the death. So how is this any different?
You have a very good point, Aziz. Damn, nah, I got schooled. Okay, yeah.
That's why he's your guide.
Yeah, no, yeah, he took me to school, put me through college, and yep. If you'll enter with me, I will be glad to have you.
I'm on board.
Then I am there.
Is Rook with us, or is he still like in the crowd? Like,
No, no.
No, I'm with you. You can't see me because I'm so. I mean, I'm pretty much engulfed by the crowd, but I'm there.
He's blending in.
I'm tugging on your pants leg. Like, I'm in.
That just leaves. Should we, okay, as a gag, should we just enter Harrison?
No. I don't even wait for him to finish. I say no. I just cut him off.
All right. We shouldn't enter the kid, right?
No.
No.
Okay, us four. Me, Aziz, Tirion, and Rook.
And
Or an unnamed +1.
and he says,
except for I'm gonna go by the name Thomas.
Me, Tirion, Thomas.
Yeah.
Our halfling friend Thomas, who seems to have stepped out at the moment.
and
I'll be at the.
and Tolliver says,
I'll
go ahead.
I was gonna say I'm at the tailor or one of the stands. I'm getting a different color cloak, some sort of makeshift
Get a
disguise.
mask.
So Tolliver will say, well, there it is. Harold the Great and his companions have entered the arena. We'll be keeping a close eye on you, Harold. We wish you well.
Thank you.
And with that, the guard and stuff will disperse. Tolliver will go with them, and as the guards sort of leave the area, Harold, you are kind of swarmed by people who are like Harold the Great, Harold the Great. I already shit on somebody's head and brought him back to life. I already grabbed a giant by the balls.
That was literally 5 days ago.
And this guy was Housecarl Tolliver.
Yes.
As he's walking away, I'm going to just fall into step with him for a minute while all of the people are swarming Harold.
Okay. And
Yeah.
he is taken a little aback. He says, yes?
I do apologize for interrupting you, but I wonder if you could let Stefan know that I'm entering. He'll remember me. We go back a ways. And I'd like to chat with him before the festivities commence.
And he says, and who exactly are you?
Tirion. That will be enough. Trust me.
He looks a little amused, like he's humoring you, and he says, he doesn't really say anything to confirm or deny. He just kind of like looks you up and down, slightly with a slightly mocking look, and then he will walk away.
To meet me, I rode with Stefan and Milton before Stefan was who he is. I've already embarrassed Krauser. I would hate to add your name to that list. And then I'll turn and walk away.
Yeah, so he looks a little less amused now, but he won't say anything.
Yeah.
He will he'll watch after you, and maybe his mouth will twitch a little bit, like, don't like it.
And I'm not looking back over my shoulder. I know I scored a hit, so I'm going back to Harold and friends and just.
And so at this point, I think Harrison, where are you?
I'm supposing I'm making my way over to everybody.
Okay, and I think you're going to be intercepted by Hera and Duncan, who are also looking for your friends. And Duncan says, "Oh, Harrison, you won't believe we just found an All Faiths shrine. They worship Janrik there. I spoke to the lady; she's very nice."
I look at Hera as if she's like love rival.
She does look a little annoyed. And Duncan kind of leans into and he says, and if I may say, she's quite a looker.
Oh, I can read Hera like an open book. Oh, all right. Well, we'll have to quickly get Harold and Tirion there as fast as possible so they
And-
may compete.
And Hera says, she says she's up to the task, but I don't know what to make of her. She doesn't seem like much to me.
Hera, you don't strike me as the jealous.
Her face immediately goes red. She says, jealous of what? I just want what's best for Tirion.
And this is what's going to be best. Unfortunately, we can't do anything. So we'll have to trust her and have faith in her that she'll take care of Tirion for us. Now come now, Hera. Green is not a pretty color on you.
And she has to think about that for a second. But you're already gone by the time she goes to punch you. So.
Yeah, I'm like,
What?
tail between my legs.
So at that point, you guys will reconvene. You guys having just registered for the arena, and Harrison and them having just had that discussion. So when you guys reconvene, what will happen?
All right, great news, everybody.
I'm kind of dealing with something, like trying to push away the crowd.
Oh yes,
excuse
Harold's
me.
being swarmed. Yes.
Oh, excuse me. Oh, pardon me. Excuse me. Tara, use your super strength and push through these people for me.
Yeah.
And,
So she looks over at Harold and she says, I'm sure he can handle himself.
Yeah, but I can't handle myself.
She looks at you. She's kind of like, well, you're not wrong.
Help! I'm drowning in the crowd. Please, help!
And
I probably noticed this.
so Hera will just kind of pick you up by your scruff and walk you through the crowd towards Harold.
Ah, perfect. I love this mode of transport.
Are you saying anything to the people while you're like walking through? Or are you like?
I'm probably apologizing because she's probably just rudely shoving past them. Pardon me. Excuse me. Up. Yep. She's a very. Yep. Watch out. That's quite a pokey stick she has on her hip.
Harold, you can see Harrison coming towards you.
Harold.
This is your fault. This is your fault.
What? I didn't even do anything. I just arrived. You can't put the blame on me just yet.
Now,
You made the song. Okay.
Now suddenly the crowd, the whispering of the crowd is going to change from like, ooh, there's a celebrity to like, oh, there's our savior.
Yes, I have arrived.
People, Harold, the people who were enamored with you at first are now like looking at you with pleading eyes. Will you also fight for Lodestone? Will you also fight for us? Will you fight for our town? Will you fight for our town? We heard you were fighting for Turnip Town. Will you fight for our town? And
Harold, do you have pen and paper?
I have 3 children back at home. Please save them. We'll starve before winter's out. Can you help us too?
Harrison, do you have a pen? And ink?
And the ability to write words.
And read?
But yes,
So,
but
so Harrison will draw pictures.
Circle them on the map. All right, how do we get these people out of here? I have something important to discuss.
I don't know. I don't know.
Hera, make them go away.
Again, she's kind of crossing her arms, and she says, I owe that man nothing.
All right, I cast invisibility on him.
Oh, okay. Go ahead and cast it.
Wow.
Wait, on Harold?
Yep.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh, yes. So I'm just like, all right, that's it. I'm sending him to another dimension. Bop. His time is up for the day, ladies and gentlemen. We will reconvene at a later hour.
What the fuck do you do?
Shut up!
So at this point, I think the crowd will disperse, having seen no more Harold.
All right, Harold, you may speak, and please stay in one spot.
Right. Did you take down the village names and stuff?
Yes, I have most of them written down. One of them was kind of weird sounding. I hope I wrote it down right.
Well, I wouldn't be able to tell. Anyway, you wanted something?
Yes, great news. We found a priest of Janric. And I'll look to Tirion and be like,
That is excellent news. Well done.
well,
And
that was all Hera's doing.
I was going
Duncan.
to say, and when I say well done, I'm going to look to Hera and Duncan.
Yeah, and Duncan
Duncan,
nods
like
and says
Duncan
have we established who the god of healing is?
We have not.
Would you like to?
Sure. Let's say. I'm open to suggestions as well. I'm trying to like.
Oh, you know what? What's her name? Oh shoot.
Ethel. I don't know.
Eldath from the Forgotten Realms lore. I always like that name and that kind of like.
That's a good name.
Okay.
Yeah. Eldath. I like that.
It's funny how similar that was to Ethel.
Ethel. Ethel. Yeah. Ethel. Goddess of healing.
And so Duncan is quick to correct Harrison in saying that it's well they pay homage to all the gods there, but the priestess herself worships Eldath.
Oh, my bad. Whatever.
Wait.
She knows of
God?
Janric.
I got trying to step in like all gods.
And he
Jesus Christ, Harold, you're scaring me.
and yeah, he can't see you, so
I think there's a god right here, right now.
But Tirion, there's only a few people you know who can work powerful magic, the powerful magic of Eldath. So immediately upon, and only one of them is a woman. So so you
Then I'm impressed.
So you may know this person.
Ooh, exciting.
Yes, and I'm gonna ask why. Well, Philip, we're gonna make a character tie right here, right now. I'm gonna ask you why are you guys on bad terms?
Why am I on bad terms with the priestess of Eldath?
Yeah, with Lucidia.
Ooh. Well, because she doesn't like to do her healing for people that go out for war. She's very pacifistic.
Yes, oh, that's perfect. Oh, that's too good. Nice, Nick. I saw that.
And I think sometimes you have to fight in order to get to peace. That's right, Titan.
Dated her mom? What does he mean by that?
I dated her mom.
That's why she doesn't like him. All right, cool. Yeah, I like that.
Be a soldier in a garden and a gardener in a war.
That's right, all you single moms out there, watch out. He's available.
Ew.
So So instantly, like Priestess of Eldath, you only know of one. It's probably Lucidia. Is the first thing that comes to your mind.
So Harrison's plan is about to go sideways.
And and they will take you to the All Faiths shrine.
All right.
So
You're in good hands with All Faith. Sorry, not sorry.
They promised her.
Oh my. So yeah. So the All Faiths shrine is it's a very simple structure. It's not very big. It's probably it's almost it's like I think it's the crumbling remains of a tower that has been sort of fixed up over time to accommodate this this shrine, and it looks like some of the stones have been like leveled off at the top, so it's probably the tower is probably about half the size it used to be. So the stones have been leveled off at the top, and then like some wood has been it's basically just been sort of rebuilt and recrafted into this shrine. And when you approach, you will see that there are some people outside who are sort of huddled around the entrance of the shrine, and they're dressed in rags. They don't look like they have much, and they are sort of huddled together. When you guys approach, they're going to like look up fearfully and sort of scatter away behind the tower and into the crowd again.
I'm gonna have to investigate that when we come back out. That doesn't seem right to me.
And yep, and there's a big heavy wooden door with the sigil on it that sort of incorporates all the symbols of the cleric domains into it.
All right. Let's head in and look for Lucidia.
Okay. When you enter, this heavy scent of incense hits your nose, and the place is sort of dark. It's lit by candles, so it's very dim light. And when you open the door, you can hear someone say, "Who goes there?" You hear someone say,
I know he's being so obnoxious.
"Who goes there?"
I say, I'm not a cat. I know it looks like I'm a cat, but I'm not a cat.
She
I
says,
say, Tirion and Harold and friends.
and she says, "Ah, one of those names I know." And she'll step out from behind a curtain, and you can see she's in her shrine outfit, which is sort of this like loose fitting robe. Of course, it's been kind of tightened in all the right places. It's got like a deep V kind of cut, and she's got this golden necklace on that has like a charm or a symbol on it that represents the Eldith, and she as she comes from behind the curtain, she says, Tirion, it's been a while."
It has. I would have guessed the name you knew was Harold, as everyone knows his name. He's something of a legend. And I'm, what was it you said? Going to amount to nothing but a rotting corpse by the side of the road?
I'm pretty sure I sprinkled a couple other creative insults in there as well. But yes, that was was the gist of it.
I was
Imagine some
distilling.
hostility between you two.
Looking at the state of your arm, you're already half the way there.
It's healing nicely, but we had hoped to accelerate the process for Harold and myself.
It's not healing, it's rotting. I can smell it from here, even through the incense. And she says, come back. Harold, nice to meet your acquaintance. The rest of you will have to wait outside. And she'll pull Tirion and Harold in there. Hera is kind of standing at the door, like, and she's going to say, no, what are you going to do with them? And she like holds the door open.
I like kick the door.
She says, Tyrion, do you trust this woman?
Trust, yes. Well, that's a different story. But she's taken an oath not to do any harm. With her hands, with her mouth. That apparently is all right.
Hera.
I'm gonna come out of here crying.
Hera kind of gets a little pink, and Lucidia will say, the feeling's completely mutual. Come on. And she'll allow Harold to shut the door. Hera will go away. She says, so what was it this time? Smells magical in nature. What were you fighting?
Lindworm.
Lindworm. I thought those were just fairy tales.
Well,
Quite real.
didn't feel like a fairy tale, did it, Harold? And I'll laugh.
Nah, more like a hellish nightmare.
And so she'll sit Harold down. I think she'll tend to him first.
Of course she will.
Yeah.
Probably poke my wound a couple of times just to make sure it's bad. Yeah, you can wait.
Just bring out the hacksaw.
And yeah, it's too far gone. And as she's tending Harold's wound, she'll say, so Harold the Great. Actually, I have heard your name before. Word around here is that you're fighting to liberate everyone, standing up directly against the warlords.
That is true. I don't know how word gets around this quickly. I know that Harrison, my so-called bard, has a big mouth, but still, I try and do good in the world.
And
the way I can.
And she says, so you're as suicidal as Tirion, then? Well, I suppose it can't be helped.
Not suicidal. I don't want to die for nothing.
And she says, and exactly what do you expect to gain from the arena?
Well, a lot of things, honestly. But the absolute goal is to either kill one of the warlords right in the middle of the arena, or somehow instill the same fear in their heart.
And she says, let me tell you something about the arena. Stefan controls the arena. Nothing happens in there without his say-so.
It's good to know.
And if he's...
I didn't even know you had to register.
And if he's
15
even...
minutes ago.
if he's even allowing you to enter, it's because he wants you in there. Which means he has plans for you.
No, it's clearly a trap. There's no question.
I have spoken personally with one of his lieutenants, I guess. That's what you call them. and he wanted me to throw the fight. It was just back in, I don't remember this town.
And let me guess, you said no.
Yeah.
Well, then that sealed your fate. I don't even know why I'm healing your wound right now. And seems like a waste of time, to be honest.
I think you're healing my wound because it's up to the gods, isn't it?
She says, she'll nod at that. She says, I didn't take you for much of a holy man. You don't look the part.
I mean, we may not share the same pantheon, but I have seen Tirion talking about his god and gods. I see them as brethren, perhaps cousins. I respect your pantheon as I respect mine.
And she says, she nods and she says, you'll have to stay with me for, let's see, it's been one day, so one more day, I think. She says you'll have to stay.
No problem.
Yeah. She says you'll have to stay with me for the day, for at least one more day, so I can keep tending to your wound. Tirion, you're up next. And she says, have you been to see Stefan yet?
Not yet. Put in a word with his major domo.
Oh, I see you've met Tolliver.
Yes. Lovely.
He knows how to pick 'em.
Stefan is. He used to, but his latest crop leaves quite a bit to be desired.
Well, you can imagine the people who are rewarded by his new regime. They're all like that. He's bleeding these people dry.
I know. He needs a reminder of who he was.
And she says, she says, isn't that up to the gods?
Aren't we their instruments?
And she says, some of us take it a little too far, I think.
Yes, I know. But I've survived this far doing their will.
So she tends to your wound and she says, I guess you'll never change, will you, Tirion?
I suppose that depends on what you mean. I've changed a great deal since you knew me last.
She says you do look a bit darker. You seem to have seen much. Those scars I can't heal.
I don't need them healed. I think of them as armor.
Well, I will tell you this. It's a terrible idea to fight Stefan on his own turf. It's a terrible idea to go into the arena to where he controls everything. You won't win, and you're just throwing your lives away.
It's the... No, go ahead, Harold.
It's a bit funny that you mentioned this, because my gods say that I will die, but Tyrion's and yours say that I will live.
And
We'll see which pantheon is right.
she says, she kind of laughs at that, and she says, she says, she says, well, the gods will do what they do. I hope that you are successful. But to be realistic, and to know Stefan like I have come to know him these past couple weeks, it doesn't seem likely. If you're going to fight, you should fight the fight that has an actual chance at winning.
Yes, on that we agree. And that fight is not the arena fight, but the arena fight is theater for the larger cause. We must perform well there so that the true fight can be revealed.
And she's going to touch back on the fact that you mentioned that you wanted to talk to him. And this actually is different, perhaps, from how you used to be. Or maybe it's different for her. It's surprising to hear you say that, I think. So she's going to sort of touch back on that. And she says, and you talking? I used to think the only thing you knew was the blunt side of your hammer.
I've come to realize from some of my new friends that the force of persuasion is still a form of battle, and that the day can be won by that force as well as the force of a strong arm.
And she'll say, well, maybe you have changed just a bit.
Yes. I will lay down my life to defend others. That has not changed, but I will spend it wisely.
Well, she says, I can prepare a bed mat for both of you to get some rest. I have some medicine that will aid in the ensuing boredom of being stuck in a shrine with little old me as company.
Oh,
Thank you.
I don't think that's boring.
And so she'll start to prepare that. Meanwhile, outside, you guys, as you guys are ushered out, Duncan is like, Duncan's like, did you see the size of those turkey legs? He's like, we have to go get one.
I wanna look at Hera and her reaction, like being kicked out first before we go anywhere, and I'm like,
she's just like sort of nervously like looking at the door, just kind of tapping her foot, like when are they gonna be done?
Hera, come on, you can't watch him all the time, every day, every hour, every second. Loosen up a bit.
There's something about her I don't trust.
She's a woman of faith. Come now. How can you not trust somebody of faith?
She's a woman.
Oh, it's that kind of trust you're worried about. You think she's going to sleep with one of them?
No, I didn't say that.
If not
Or both.
Yeah.
Harold's certainly going to give it the old college try.
Come on, let's go try these turkey legs with Duncan. Put your mind at ease.
And
You might go cold turkey for a while, Hera.
and she says no, that's fine. Go without me. I'll stay here.
You know, Rook is quite the competitor with who can eat the fastest.
I've already had 2.
And he's already ahead by 2.
Duncan's like, I could eat 3, and he's gonna run after the turkey legs. Oh wait, but he's gonna be like, hey, can I know this seems really awkward now, after the whole coin thing, but can I have some money for turkey legs?
Tinkle, tinkle, tinkle.
Thanks,
Yes.
Harrison. You're the best.
I feel like I need to protect him. Is this how you guys feel all the time?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yes.
And,
Come on, Hera. A good old competition. You can't lose. And I'll like elbow her and break my fucking elbow. Oh!
And she says, leave me.
God, you're so dark and brooding. I don't know what I ever saw in you. I'm going to go have me a good old-fashioned turkey leg, and it's going to be juicy, scrumptious, and meaty.
She'll just lean against the wall of the the outer wall of the shrine.
God, what a bitch. Come on, Aziz, let's go have a turkey leg. That's not offensive to your druid culture, is it?
No.
It's not
Okay,
like
I'm just making sure.
it's not like it's an ostrich.
Animals
leg.
eat animals. It's fine for me too.
All right,
Nah.
I didn't know if you were one of those or if you were one of those.
No, I'm not one of those.
Oh, you're one of these. Okay, it works great. Let's get a turkey leg.
So, so you guys are off to do that.
Come here, Macho. Come on. Turkey leg competition. Come on, Macho. Come here.
Yeah. So while you're out and about, getting some turkey legs and stuff, there's hushed whispers all around the town. Some about Harold. Oh, go ahead.
Real quick, as I'm like munching down, we have to find a tiger. Nom, 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 nom.
Here, you guys talk about that real quick. I need another drink.
Okay. He says I need another drink. God damn. So there's a zoo slash circus in town, and one of my friends, a fellow student of Melvin, a part of the Perpetual Tower, his name's Fenric, works for Stefan the Crimson Blade. Crazy, you don't even know, completely different guy. Anyway, we need to help him capture a tiger. It's already killed 2 people, so it's a complete and dangerous opponent, and we need to return it.
What's the reward?
He said he's gonna arrange it with Stefan personally. So it should be a good bit of gold. Shut up, you stupid tiger! Wait your turn!
So what is a tiger?
What is a tiger?
Yes, I'm not familiar with this animal.
Oh, it's... So imagine a panther, but a little bit bigger and orange with black stripes. Fearsome big claws and fangs. And whiskers.
So a large orange and black cat.
Yes.
Okay.
I was going to say something else as well. Oh, and he said if it's anything else other than a tiger, I'm not to question it. And it's very shady and scares me a little bit.
Thank
That's
you, Eleanor.
not ominous at all.
No, I completely agree. I'm very scared. But I didn't think about it. There was so much going on with Harold, and there was so much about getting this necrosis healed that I completely slipped my mind we need to be hunting a tiger within the next couple days.
How long until the actual main event of the Blood Bowl?
Let me pull up my calendar.
Yeah, there's like little fights and stuff going on. There's basically like right now the official games haven't started, but they have like entertainments in the arena. If you ask around a little bit, or Harrison could probably fill you in.
I'm going to kill this cat. Come here, you. Come here, you fearsome tiger.
There's like entertainment fights, like if people have like feuds to settle and stuff, they can like sign up to like fight them out. But there's no like prize or anything. It's basically just for entertainment. It's like an open mic fight night.
Open mic fight.
Yeah, and
I like
yeah.
What's happening?
We're discussing the rules of Fight Club.
Oh, so there are no rules. No. Okay, cool.
Battle of the bands, but no,
Totally.
just battle. Yeah. But yeah, but it's coming up in a couple days. The official tournament.
Alrighty.
I figured after
we
they're healed
have
of their
time.
necrosis.
Well, in addition to finding a roaming tiger in this little bit of chaos, I would like to check out the zoo.
Okay.
Oh yes, we should check it out. Let's go. It'll be like a big party date.
Duncan's like, there's a zoo?
Duncan, don't talk with your mouth full. That's rude.
Roar.
Duncan starts choking.
Oh shit! Somebody,
Don't choke, buddy.
wash it down with some of this.
Glug, 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 glug. Ah!
Wow, he is quite the tragic mess. After he's done choking and we save his life, I will escort everybody to the zoo.
All right. Rook, do you say anything about your previous endeavor?
Oh, no.
Okay. Naturally. And okay, so you guys will we'll go over to the zoo. And it's on the other edge of town, and so there's these carts that are basically big cages, and it's a good amount of animals, in varying sizes of cages. There's one particular structure. It appears to have been hastily constructed, but it's basically like a wooden wall. It's quite tall. I don't even think Harold could look over it without like sort of jumping up and kind of like peeking over. So it's quite tall. There's a gate on it, but it's basically you can't see through it without like maybe like squeezing a peek between the planks. There are multiple animals caged up. There's like bears, and I think there's a whole pack of wolves. There's some other strange animals. Yeah, so it's just like a whole menagerie. Huh? No ostriches, unfortunately.
They're too powerful to be caged.
Kept kicking the doors off. There is one empty cage, however.
Oh, the tiger. The tiger must be the tiger cage.
I'll go check out the empty cage.
Yes. So it's empty. Oh, go ahead.
What are these strange pellets?
What did you say?
What are these strange pellets?
Oh, I didn't try one. So
They're
this
full of fiber.
So this cage is empty. Are you looking for anything in particular, or are you just looking to look?
I'm looking to see what was in it.
Okay.
See if I can figure it out.
Okay. So the cage, just like all the others, is quite bare. It's there's like maybe a little bit of hay in it, and it's quite small, and just from that, maybe we would want to roll discern realities.
Okay.
Discern those realities.
Okay.
Cheeky.
Let's see. One question. What happened here recently?
Okay. So, allow me to paint you a picture. So there's like some hay and stuff. This cage has not been used in a couple days. But there's something curious about it. Number one, the lock mechanism on it is still fully functional, and there is a dark brownish red spot on the floor of the cage, sort of about midway into it, and there is a deep impression in the hay, as if a large creature had been laying there at some point for a prolonged period of time. It left an imprint of the side of its body, so what you're kind of putting together here is that someone went into this cage and got attacked at some point, right around the mid mark, and that's kind of what you're putting together.
Okay. So is it like a wood floor or?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna like move around the hay and see if like there's any like claw marks or anything like that.
Okay.
Like down to the wood itself.
Okay. And now to get in, the door is still, like I said, the locking mechanism still works. It is locked to get in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But from the outside, though, I think you'd be able to tell that there's like some animal like claw marks and stuff, just kind of on the wooden.
Yeah,
the
just kind
wooden
of reaching
side
my
of the
arm
floor.
through the bars.
Yeah.
Kind of like moving the hay around.
And I'm just like, there's no animal in there for you to pet.
Yeah, there's
Oh, Harrison.
Unless I'm missing it and it's very, very tiny.
or invisible.
Or invisible.
Hey.
I see that imprint.
We've
Invisible
learned that
tiger.
trick from you, so
Best attraction at the zoo. Invisible tiger.
so just based
Look
on
at
my all right, so maybe this will be a spout lore.
Okay.
Basically with my experience with big cats, trying to gauge the size, because like I've never seen a tiger in person. So just trying to gauge the size and all that strength maybe. Yeah. So something interesting.
Big predatory cat. You could probably ride it like a mount. Yeah, but we're talking like hundreds of pounds. How much does a real tiger weigh? I think
Hundreds
it's like
of pounds.
yeah. I think it's like 1,000.
It's like close to a ton, I think.
Yeah.
Not a tiger.
Yeah, no.
200 to 680 pounds. So
Yeah.
this thing was big,
Yeah.
probably up in the 500 range.
Oh, okay.
That's a big boy.
Well, actually, accounting for malnourishment, probably in the 300 range, if we're being honest.
Aw.
Yeah. That's today's message. we'll do a more segment at the end.
Peter fucking breaks in the door.
Yeah.
We
I
have-
don't know.
Not
if you
in
guys
my
ever heard
game.
of, ligers, the liar
yeah.
tiger hybrids. Those things can be up to a ton. I mean, they're like 12
they're
feet
huge.
tall.
Jesus.
Sorry, 12 feet long.
Yeah.
12 feet tall. Same thing. I know what
Yeah.
you meant.
But they're standing on their back legs. They get up there.
Nick says ligers can't bred though. Oh, breed, I think he means.
They can't bred either.
They can't bred either.
Yeah, like if you want someone to make chicken tenders, do not get a liger. They can't
Yeah,
bread
you
worth
don't.
shit.
Don't, Nick. I'm so sorry. They suck at fucking kneading, dude.
Oh goodness. So
Well, I mean, they do that claw thing when they need. So they just poke holes in the dough.
That's right.
Yeah, it messes it up.
They're good at focaccia though, because of the little dots.
Yeah, there you go.
Autocomplete.
So big powerful predatory cat.
Damn it, Nick.
And at this point, I think what's going to happen is someone is going to call out and say, hey, back away from that thing.
It's not even there.
He says,
The empty cage?
He says, doesn't matter. This whole exhibit's off display.
I
And
didn't
it's
see a sign.
it's this halfling. He's come over, and his hair is like really long, but it's like sticking straight up, and then like going like it goes straight up and then crooks one way, and he's kind of got this like he's only got the chin beard, and it looks like he looks like he's not sleeping well. But he comes up and he says doesn't matter, whole exhibit's it's done, it's done, it's off display. Sorry, but you gotta go.
Well, Harrison.
Oh, you want me to do my magic?
Do the thing.
No, I want you to. This is your quest.
Oh. I heard that there was a tiger that has gone missing recently.
Oh
We are-
god. Look, I know, but look, technically it's not even my tiger anymore, it's Stefan's tiger, okay? So there's not much I can do about it.
Oh boy, does Stefan know about his missing tiger? Be a
Everybody
shame if he
knows.
found out.
Everybody knows about the missing tiger, you little man.
Say it! I fucking dare you. Short stack, I will knock you down a peg.
You say that while standing next to us.
in between
Yeah,
Brooke
we
and
both just kinda
Aziz.
look.
And he says, well, he says, I know, everybody knows it's gone, and I'm responsible for it.
Wouldn't it be so nice to get that burden off your shoulders if somebody like us were to get the tiger for you?
Why, have you seen it?
I know exactly where it's run off.
And he says, well, of course, yeah, make short work of it. I'm sure Stefan will reward you. Yeah.
All right, so then just allow us to do a little bit of investigating since my friends here are unfamiliar with what tigers are. That's all we ask.
And he says, oh, tigers, they're big, beautiful cats. Oh, man, we've had this one for a couple years. The damn thing ate my assistant.
And a couple other people as well, so I hear.
And, oh, yeah, well, yeah, what you gotta do? Hungry cat.
So you want it back alive then, is what I'm hearing.
Well, I'm sure Stefan would prefer it that way. He bought up the whole exhibit, the other day.
All right, we will do our best. If not, he can find himself a lovely new rug for his beautiful mansion.
And he says, well, we prefer to get it back alive. He was really looking forward to seeing that tiger.
Oh yes, we'll try. I'll have to really drill it into one of our friends' heads, though. Thinking of Harold. I want to kill it. Sacrifice. No!
I've done nothing. I'm hurt.
You, like, sneeze.
He says, well, if you can find it, I don't know, I'll give you free tickets to the exhibit. I'll give you a private tour, on the down low, of course. Don't tell anybody.
Yeah, sure. We'll say that. So just to be clear, the last we saw it was running that way into the forest, and I'll point in where I heard this tiger was last from Fenric.
Well, the last person to see it was, well, I guess,
Ed?
yeah.
Well, at least we know that it's keeping hidden, so it's in the forest, probably.
Last person to see it said, a tiger.
So, how much of your assistant was eaten?
Well, mostly the middle half and a little bit of the top half.
But
Aziz,
nothing from the bottom half.
what the hell?
He says,
Aziz,
I
you can't
guess
just ask people.
I guess he wanted to make a clean break. Well, shame on Bellamy, though. You should never trust those creatures. I swear, the damn thing was pretending to be sick for like 2 weeks. He must have... yeah. Bellamy must have climbed into the cage to tend to it, and, well... there's what's left of him.
Yeah, poor buddy. His bottom half, I guess.
Yeah, I still got it.
No, that's good. We'll pass.
Well, you can't let anything
check
go
it
to...
out.
Can't let anything go to waste here. I'm getting ready to do my rounds if you want to come.
No, sure.
Great. I love this trip to the zoo.
And,
It's so morbid and not lighthearted at all. Yay! I'm so glad I brought everybody here. Duncan, how you holding in your turkey legs, buddy?
he's like...
Oh, nice. Duncan, go outside. Out.
I think I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go check on Hera.
Sounds like a good idea.
Bye.
Bye.
Lightweight.
Bye.
On my fifth.
So Tirion and Harold. There will be a knock at the shrine door. Lucidia.
Tara.
No, it's Lucidia will go to answer it. And you guys will hear a voice. What's taking so long?
Who is it?
It's Hera's voice.
Oh.
What's taking so long? Are they healed yet? And Lucidia says, well, no, they must rest quite a while longer, I'm afraid. Perhaps you'd like to come back tomorrow. And she says, and then at this point, I think Lucidia will step outside with Hera for a moment,
Ooh,
closing the door behind her.
Who's eavesdropping?
leaving Tirion and Harold in there.
I'm gonna attempt to discern realities to try and eavesdrop.
Same. Yep.
Harrison has taught everybody so well.
How about one of you roll, and then the other person can aid.
How about if I roll? Because
Yeah, they.
I
Okay.
got pretty good discern realities, I think.
Okay.
Oh no!
Oh yes.
Apparently we should've gone the other
maybe.
way.
Let's see. You have a bond. So it's a +1. Oh, okay. So it's still a 6. Okay. So
it's still a fail.
it's still a fail.
Bloody.
Mark
Should have gone the other way around.
Mark XP and
Yeah. I rolled a 1 and a 2. How sad. Curse Lucidia and her soundproof temple.
That and whatever she gave you to help pass the time.
Yeah, right.
Are the rocks echoing for you too, Harold? Harold?
And the hell is stand there like doing a shear for you, like a freaking.
Do you think they can hear like maybe a couple key words though? Not like full sentences, but like couple like at the very least. And their imagination can only take them to new places.
Yes. What do you think they would hear?
Hear some out of context things. that
Yeah,
we can
yeah.
misconstrue
Like what
the
kind?
entire conversation.
Like what kind of things?
I don't know what they're talking about. I rolled a 6.
Okay, yeah. So
Up to you how
Muscle.
bad you want to screw with us.
So you guys will be like listening closely to the like as soon as the door shuts, you both go like over to the door,
We're
and
both like,
and you'll hear some low like whispering, and you'll hear Lucidia say, oh, I'm trying to think of something good out of context that would be good, but like I can't think of anything. I'm so I'm so stuck right now. Any recommendations? Like just
You have
anything,
the lantern with them?
I
huh?
feel like Harrison should have some good ideas.
I was thinking, well, obviously something. I feel like it's got to be something like sexual, right? Like that's the joke.
Or something that could be misconstrued as sexual out
Yeah,
of context.
yeah, something like that.
Oh,
Um,
yeah. So I think you'll hear something like out of context. Later tonight, when they're asleep.
Oh yeah.
I don't even think it works anymore.
Oh, there you go.
We both exchange a look.
It left them. The wound has certain side effects. And then you'll just hear impotence. And this is kind of all just stuff you'll hear out of context, just like little whispers and stuff, and basically leading you guys to the conclusions that that you may not be able to be aroused. That the wound has left you permanently scarred and and without libido, perhaps.
I grab my axe and I'm about to cut off my arm.
I'm trying to stop them.
Of course, you guys had the tincture, so you're a little woozy, like a little lazy, like.
And then,
He's falling all over the place.
she's coming back.
The door will open, and Lucidia will be in the doorway, and she'll close the door softly behind her. What is she walking on? What are you guys doing?
We're laying on the mats, looking very much like two people that just laid down on the mats, and we're absolutely not eavesdropping.
And they like paint like one of your French girls. Like,
Oh, Jesus.
So you're acting natural.
Yes.
Yes, we're acting natural, which is the least natural thing you can do in any situation.
And she'll kind of smile knowingly, and she'll say, so perhaps I should put on some tea. And she'll go start to make that, and she says, word of some of you. Oh, go ahead.
I will fake waking up and say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I was sleeping. What did you say?"
I'm sure you were.
me too.
And she says,
"Oh no!"
she says, your lady friend Tirion is very concerned about you.
Yes, I appreciate.
She has less nice things to say about you, Harold.
I am very aware. She stabbed me several times and I punched her in the face.
I would say they have a complicated relationship, but when you put it that way, it's really not all that complicated.
It's very simple. We're both assaulted each other. That is quite simple.
And she'll sit down, and she'll say, I've been doing some thinking. Perhaps this idea of yours is not so far-fetched. The streets are teeming with something I haven't seen in quite some time. Hope.
That
I heard that Remy
Yeah,
growl.
er,
He's like, God, how cliche.
Yeah.
that is why this trap concerns me, honestly. I think their plan is to get as much hope as possible so that they can crush it all at once. It's no coincidence that Tolliver was the one that got Harold to sign up and got everyone's attention on him while he did it.
She nods and she says, they are concerned about the orcs at the northern pass. I think one way or another they will use Harold as a lightning rod for support.
Yes, but are they concerned for the right reason, or are they concerned about their profits?
And she says, unfortunately, what's good for their profits might in some way be good for the people of the land.
It's good information.
I
Gives
just
me
like to
ideas.
say, I love that she's talking like Harold isn't there.
And
In his French girl pose.
and she'll say,
Look at Titan.
she'll say in 2 days when the tournament begins, Gaspard will arrive. And I hear, and she turns to Harold, that he's in the company of a stranger from another land. A very curious stranger. Almost as curious as you.
What's their name?
And she thinks a minute and she says, I believe it was Malachi?
Great, just fantastic, great.
Who's Malachi?
Think of just Waldo, but like actually powerful and wants to get own shit. Like think like second to the tyrant of my home country. Like
So Malachi is who we were gearing up to face. Only now he's coming to see us early.
Malachi's basically the one I have to like try out before taking on her. So yeah. This is not great. He's a powerful mage. I don't know how he got his powers. He looks frail. He looks more frail than even Harrison, but he has more strength than tens or hundreds of men.
And she says, this concerns me as well. And perhaps he's struck a deal with a demon of some sort.
Seems like we may need to find a way to banish him or cut him off from his power.
But why come here?
I don't know.
Harold is the only answer.
And she says, well, he has made his mark on the land.
Word apparently has spread farther than we thought, and now they're planning on doing something about you. Makes this more difficult, but still not impossible.
This is going way more quickly than I thought it would. But it might not be a bad sign. But I think I understand why our gods are fighting over this. This is gonna be interesting.
Yes.
As the tincture begins to take full effect.
Did you send her away? It would be good to, as we're like getting the tincture, it'd be good to send word to the kitten head. What? You heard me.
And
I listened to the door on your conversation.
yeah, and then she just sips her tea as the tincture effect takes full effect. But she does say, "I will send word to I'll send word to your friends." Meanwhile, you guys at the zoo making the rounds. He's got a he's got a crate, a stinking crate full of meat, strange meat. He kind of roots around in there a little bit, and he
Is this name Joe Exotic?
No, his name is
Joe Normal.
Rindali.
Rindali, all right.
Yeah, and he kind of rummages around a little bit. You hear some like, and then he pops, and then there's like the, and he's got like a little leg, and he says, "Yeah, that's what's left of Bellamy." Oh, and he tosses it at your feet, Aziz.
Just a leg left.
He says, "Well, there was a little bit more, but I had to feed the bear. Nothing goes to waste."
I see. I don't know how much that helps me, but yeah, I'll check it out. See if there's anything interesting about it or unusual.
It's been sitting a day or two, so it's pretty gross looking. You can definitely maybe make out some like bite marks and stuff.
Okay.
Just at first glance.
Alrighty. Yeah, that's what I was going for, but okay. Moving on.
Incredibly helpful.
Was there anything specific you were going for?
I just was going to see, if the wounds on Bellamy, was that his name?
Yeah.
Were typical of a big cat. You know.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'll tell you what. Go ahead and
Discern realities.
you can discern realities, but you can take a +1 because you're acting on an answer you got before with the big cat thing.
So this is a 9.
Okay.
I don't know if there's an answer to this, but what here is not what it appears to be, because apparently there is suspicion that it's not just a tiger.
So he's going to say, he says, well, if that doesn't do it for you, I got the other bodies too.
There we go.
And
can I just be? Ooh.
Yes.
Can I have a move where I can just be charming and open, I believe. Or frank, whatever the heck it is. Let me look at that real quick while y'all look at the other bodies.
He says they're not in the crate though. I got those in the cart.
Okay, yeah, I'll go check them out.
He says I haven't divvied them up yet. And he'll go in there, and so there's and the place just stinks of rotting meat.
Yeah.
And he goes in, and he's got like a little shelf there, kind of like or like a little shelf that kind of sits on the wall. One of the bodies is sort of turned over on its side. There's not a whole lot of it left, but this looks very peculiar because this does not look to you like a tiger attack victim. So there's two bodies. One does look like a tiger attack, like it's got like the bite marks and stuff. But the other one has been completely drained of body fluids. Like there are some bite marks on it, but otherwise it's like it's been completely drained of fluids. Like it's like a dried husk of a body.
Okay, that's weird.
Yeah, I'll definitely take note of that.
So I would like to use my charming and open move.
Okay.
Which, like, when I speak frankly with someone, I can ask the player a question from the list below.
Okay.
And they must answer it truthfully, and then they can ask me one from the list. I'm going to ask him, how can I get you to tell me what's really going on with this tiger?
He says,
And I'm gonna give him like a knowing look.
yeah, he'll say, look, I'll tell you whatever you want to know. If you can help get me out of this town, I'm in debt so high up, even the sale from this complete zoo won't cover it. And with the tiger missing, I might not get paid at all. You know, Stefan says he won't pay me. What am I gonna do?
Okay. So what's really going on with this tiger then?
Ooh. That was what Remy said.
Thank you, Remy, for your input. What the heck? Was that him?
Yeah, that was him.
What was that noise? It didn't come through on the mic, but it came out from like out like.
He's just
What the heck?
He's getting all hot. So he'll say so he'll say
he's got his nose stuck in through the little gap on the.
So he'll lean in and he'll say, well, so Stefan bought the menagerie for well, not for his own viewing pleasure, but he's gonna use them in the arena. He really wants that tiger. He wants to see it kill some stuff, and if we don't get it back, I mean, that's pretty much the whole reason he bought the whole thing. Except for that turtle.
Oh, okay, Ronaldo, or whatever the hell your name is.
Except for the turtle?
I don't know a lot about tigers, but I know tigers don't do this, and I'm gonna point to the dried up, mummified looking guy. What makes this tiger so special?
He says, he's just a regular tiger. I don't know.
Tigers don't do that, and you know they don't.
And he says, well, let me ask you something.
Go at it, bitch.
He says, what do you wish I would do?
I wish you would fucking tell me about the goddamn tiger.
And, go ahead.
Or, you know, just tell me about the tiger. That's all I really want. I know there's something fishy going on with the zoo. It's kind of shady, and I've kept the comment to myself up until now, and now I need to know about this tiger.
Look, I do what I do. I do whatever I can to get by and to take care of these animals.
That's lovely, but if you want us to get this tiger back, we need to know everything going on with it.
It's just a tiger.
No ifs, ands, or buts.
It's just a tiger.
Ronaldo, I might look stupid.
Okay, fair enough.
But I know tigers don't dry out and take every drop of blood from a person.
Well, what else would it be?
A vampire?
Are you suggesting a vampire tiger?
I mean, I don't know anything else that sucks blood.
He says, now look who's the crackpot. Come on. Vampires don't exist.
Okay, so then what else sucks blood that exists? A mosquito tiger?
I don't know, but what else? All I know is that I had a tiger, a perfectly normal tiger, maybe a little underfed, but a perfectly normal tiger, and it escaped, and now it's killing people, and my head's on the line for it. And Stefan wants that tiger in the arena.
It never had any strange behaviors at all.
Not that I know of. I mean, I guess it tricked my friend, but
Some Jurassic World shit right there.
I mean, they're smart like that. They're predators, you know? You can't trust them.
All the NPCs I interact with are so dumb.
A tiger tricked my friend. That
A
sounds like
tiger tricked my friend.
that
That's
sounds like
the-
a weekly world news headline, doesn't
Yeah.
it?
That's the name of the episode. A tiger tricked my friend. Well, Aziz, I know you don't know much about tigers, but I can tell you this much: they don't do that to humans. I'm gonna gesture
I
them.
don't
Bad guy.
know much about tigers, but I do know big cats. And you are correct, but I do believe we're dealing with two different things here.
Oh, you think they're working together, or you think that?
No, I don't. But I think your friend knows something about what else is out there killing.
Oh yeah, I could probably find him real quick. Last place I saw him, he's probably still hanging about there.
All right.
Well, you can confirm there's definitely something else killing people out there.
Yeah.
So Rook, during that whole time, what were you doing?
Eating turkey legs.
Huh? Oh, eating turkey legs? Okay.
Stealing everything that wasn't nailed down.
Unlocking cages.
Maybe.
I would like that. That'd be hilarious.
And
I've got a soft spot for animals. Cage animals.
You see go. You see
So
Rook
do
go
I. I was
riding
thinking
by
about,
on the
like,
turtle.
yeah, I wouldn't mind Rook and I returning after dark.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it is 11, so I think that is where we will stop for the night. And we'll pick this back up next time. Now, next week we're gonna do a dungeon crawl, and then we'll pick back up with another dungeon world the week after next.
Nice.
So that is how that will go. Really quick, another shout out to dndwow.com. Check them out. Use our code theactionsturge to get 10% off of an amazing 33mm metal color changing dice. It is huge. It's huge, and it changes colors depending on your mood. And actually, I think it's dependent on temperature. I think, right? It like Deacon, it like changes colors in your hand or something like that.
Oh yeah. It changes colors like it's form called. It's huge.
It's huge. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, Deacon Smith, Fork Puff Terry, Mort Cake also. And
Also,
yeah.
we're probably gonna do a giveaway next week. Maybe.
Okay.
Are we?
Ooh.
Okay.
We're gonna give away one of those size.
Okay,
We'll
cool.
give one away.
Yeah, we can do that. And thank you so much to the Plaster Dragon for hanging out as well. Did you want to wrap out anything on your channel as well?
This Saturday afternoon is going to be the second episode of Bowl of Cereal, which is our new show where we are doing each Saturday of the month a different episode of a serial. Last week was Doctor Who. This Saturday is going to be Modern Verse, which is modern D&D. The third Saturday of the month is Star Wars, and the fourth Saturday is the superheroes. And
Oh,
you might see a
yay.
familiar face from this group playing
Yes.
in our superhero campaign.
Yes.
And our good friend Icky V will be DMing the superhero game, and so should be a lot of fun. So it'll be a little bit slower moving because it's going to be a once a month campaign, but 4 different stories, 4 different Saturdays once a month. And on those rare months that have 5 Saturdays, we'll just do some kind of wild card like crab truckers or lasers and feelings or weird shit like that, rather than upsetting the schedule. But always good to hang out here. It's like my second home. So This place is awesome. Love being here.
And we love having you.
Run on.
All right, cool. Well, let's go ahead and raid. I see DieHack is actually still playing. We have not said hey to them in a while,
Ooh.
so let's
Yeah,
go say
let's
hey to
go.
DieHack. So I'll go ahead and start that. We will start the raid. We do something dungeon crawl or dungeon world every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So come check us out next time. And thank you everybody for hanging out. Let's go say hey to DieHack.
Have a good night.
Good night.